absolutely love horror movies. I think everything that's been going on in cinema lately has been amazing, especially last year. But I feel like there has been a lack of original horror movies in the last couple years. I can't remember the last time I saw one that really made me think and made me really reflect on how good it is. But I think that 2024 is the year of revival of horror, with Alien Romulus coming out later this year, and especially Immaculate, a movie that I didn't expect much from, but ended up surprising me in all the amazing ways. I swear, if you haven't seen this movie, watch it already because it is just so good, and I'm going to explain today what I liked about it. It stars Sydney Sweeney as Sister Cecilia, and it follows her story as a nun who was working in the United States, and then she goes to Italy into a new convent. And there, things seem kind of strange in the beginning, but it gets worse with every passing moment. And this review is going to contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie and want to watch it, just skip to another video because I'm going to go into heavy spoilers here. So basically, the movie follows her story. I think it is really great the way it was acted. The horrifying moments were really good. It builds a lot of tension. It's not like very too weird like some of the A24 movies, which are pretty great, don't get me wrong in that. But it also doesn't fall into many of the cliches of movies like The Conjuring, The Nun, those kind of boring movies that I think have been rehashed like countless times. This one actually builds into a very interesting form of horror that really builds into your mind. Like every passing moment, there are more scenes that make you think, that make you like reflect on what you just saw. And that is something that is really amazing. It builds a lot of tension throughout the film. The shots are really well. I think this is a very well shot movie and also very well acted. Especially from the main character, I feel like Sydney Sweeney is just such a great rising artist. I feel like everything she's been in has been good lately, and I think that's going to continue into the future. I would really love to see her in more horror movies. I think she's proven in this movie that she can do a lot of things, especially because her character starts off as this like shy nun who doesn't know what's going on, and then by the end of the movie she becomes a total badass, like escaping and basically doing some interesting things to save her life, especially like fighting against some evil people in the movie. And if you watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But basically, let's go back to the plot of the movie. So the movie follows her story, and then, like I said before, like a lot of weird things start happening. And then there's a turning point in the movie where something interesting happens. Like she becomes pregnant out of nowhere, and that leads people to believe that she is carrying the resurrection of Jesus. They start treating her like this like very holy figure, and that is very interesting. It is related to real life, like how the church treats miracles and that kind of stuff. I feel like the way it was done provided some very interesting plot points, especially as the movie starts revealing more interesting stuff and things that you make you realize like what is actually going on with Sister Cecilia. The second half of the movie is phenomenal. I really loved the way everything was portrayed, especially with the horror elements. I feel like the first half builds up to some really interesting and amazing things in the second half, and that is something that I really appreciated from this movie. I like all the horrifying moments that were present and the way it was acted. I think it was just phenomenal. And the ending, we have to talk about that ending right now because honestly I thought it was so good. So in the end of the movie, Cecilia escapes. Everything turns out fine, but then she gives birth to the baby she's been carrying for 9 months, and that baby turns out very different from what she expected. Like, I'm gonna put that lightly, but it's just it's just really horrifying how that last scene like reveals to you that what she has been carrying was not the return of Christ. It was actually the Antichrist, and it like became one of the like the best scenes in horror that I've seen in a long time. It was just so chilling, so amazing, and especially because the way you don't see the baby, you just hear like the diabolical breathing from the creature on the ground, and then you just see her like pick up a rock and kill him. And but you don't actually see it, like everything's just assumed. But the acting from Sydney Sweeney in that scene was just phenomenal. I can't describe how good her acting is and how much I want to keep seeing her in horror movies. But I feel like that scene ties the entire movie together. Everything that built up to that moment, it was just phenomenal. There's a lot of feelings going on. Feelings first of hope, of like especially if you're religious, I feel like this movie's gonna evoke a lot of distinct feelings in you. But even if you're not, I feel like this way the story is told and the way these characters operate was very amazing. And yeah, I can't recommend this movie enough. If you're a fan of horror, I feel like Immaculate is gonna make you very happy. And yeah, those are pretty much all my thoughts. I think this was a phenomenal movie, and I'm gonna keep following the director and producers of it because I think it was just phenomenal. But anyways, those are pretty much all my thoughts on Immaculate. As a final score, I'm gonna give it an 80 of 100. And yeah, those are pretty much most of my thoughts on it. And yeah, have a great day, everybody, and stay tuned for more horror movie talks and reviews and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, have a great day, everyone. See ya.